Okay, let's get started. Today we're gonna talk about how to use time block. Okay. Uh, okay. The simple reason why we're doing time block is you block your time completely, and you'll be able to be more productive and more focused during the time block. I personally use it. I think the reason why I use it is there's too many distractions. Yeah, it's very hard to focus on things while your phone is ringing, your friends messaging you, some customer call me or text me in the middle of the meeting. So I thought, okay, this is gonna be a way because I don't want to be disrespectful while you're talking to other people. You're not supposed to pick up your phone anyways. So I thought, okay, how can I not miss any phone call, but at the same time being polite and focus on during the meeting? So I started using time blocks, and I realized time blocks are super important because while you in focus on something, it's better for you to keep continue focus on that thing, not get distracted, not move away from your thing, and just go ahead and finish it. It usually take less time to finish that, so you become more productive, and then you can return your phone call, and people respect that. Not only that you can respect that, you respect your own time. It's better for you to schedule your time. And so let's get started and talk about this so you can get start practicing. This is not a one-time fix, but it will definitely help you for the long term. Because once you start using time blocks, you can get a lot more things done, and at the same time, a lot of people would start respect you because you are managing your time very well, completing the task with the highest quality. And then we'll talk about that why it is so beneficial to you guys later on the class. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so what's time block anyways? You just schedule your stuff, all the stuff, including talking to your parents, having dinners, uh, meeting with the friends, playtime, or anything. We want you to schedule everything, not only the important thing, but everything happen in your life. So what's gonna happen is when you look at your calendar, you already know what to do at the every single moment. So at 10 o'clock until 10:30, I'll be recording these videos, showing you guys the webinar. At the same time, preparing to upload the video to YouTube. So if you missed the class, it's okay. You can go on YouTube and watch it at 11 o'clock. So from 10 to 11 is my time block to present this webinar to you guys. And then on that, if someone calls me or messages me, I'm not gonna answer it because this is the exact time block. I'll only use it to do the seminar. And then why is it good to use time block? First of all, excuse me. So the first benefit is now I can focus on this. I don't have to worry about anything. My mind is focused. I'm very focused on the seminar. So I'm not gonna worry about someone's gonna call me. I'm not gonna worry about the Facebook notifications. I'm not gonna worry about the message that's saying. I'm just gonna do this thing. So while you focus on one thing, you can do very well because your mind is all full of this event or task. In my case, I'm doing the webinar with you guys, right? So remember, the first thing is schedule everything, and then we'll talk about how to use that afterward. So once you schedule, first of all, you learn time management. You learn how to be able to focus, but that takes time to practice, right? Now, whenever we receive a text message, we want to look at it, but just hold on to it. Focus on the thing you need to do. Ignore it. It's okay to reply anyone later on. Okay, right. Um, everyone only have everyone only have 24 hours. Okay, we all have 24 hours a day, and that's the maximum that you can do. So if you don't use every hour, every minute, every second precisely, you are technically wasting your time. So it's if we all have 24 hours a day, how you plan to use it? Are you gonna relax for 24 hours? Are you gonna do work for 24 hours? Or are you gonna do like a normal people, work for 8 hours, rest for 4 hours, and go to sleep to another 12 hours? So how do you want to design your 24 hours? And that matters a lot because every single day matters, right? If I do a little more work than you, then after 24 hours, it might not feel too much of a difference. However, if we do this every single day throughout a year, um, you probably learn more than I do, right? Because if you work a little bit harder. So design your day and follow it. It's super important to start planning your day in the morning or the night before, because then if you don't plan it out, you're just gonna do whatever you want, and then you know what happens when you do whatever you want. Okay, so it's super important to start using time block, manage your time. So when you go do work, you can focus on work. When you go play, you gotta focus on play. The worst case I usually do is when I work, I think about, okay, what I'm gonna do later, right? Am I gonna play that? Am I gonna do different things? How am I gonna go relax? So I'm not focused on work anymore. But however, because I have time blocks, so I know I'm gonna relax once after all the works. So am I gonna focus on work? Of course I'm gonna focus on work because I know I'm gonna go relax eventually, right? I'm gonna go relax eventually. So if I gonna relax eventually, then I can focus on this work because I know at the end of the day I'll have my free time for myself, and then during the free time I'm gonna not going to think about work because I already finished all the works. You can plan out your whole day to have fun. That's fine too. But if you decide to go have fun, do not think about work. Do not think about homework that you need to do. Do not think about the exam. If you're still thinking about the exam, then why don't you build a time block for your exam preparations? But you choose to relax. This is a couple way, a few examples you guys can think about. So once you set a time block, you don't change it. You just focus on it. And the reason is you only have 24 hours. So it's kind of stupid that if you put one thing into actions, but you're thinking about other things. So it's impossible for you to do or think about two things at the same time while you try to focus. So remember that you only have 24 hours a day. It really matters how you design the 24 hours. Okay. So we talk about this, but what is time block? There's a couple of things that you can know what time block is. Once you achieve this, then you really are practicing time block practice. Okay, first thing is block time should scream out at you when you look at your day planners. So this is what happened to me. If I have a planner schedule out on my calendars, it's super important for me to do it because that's my time block. So time block is going to be the most important thing. That also help you to practice to decide how you're going to manage your time. So let's say you decide to wake up and then exercise for 10 minutes. Then you just put that 10 minutes exercise on your calendar. And then how does that feel to you? Is you're going to look at it and thought, oh man, I need to work out. I need to go exercise right now at this very moment. And then until 15 minutes after, it has to be that important. So remember, once you put a time block down, don't don't easily change it. Because if you can easily change it, then what's the point of a time block? It's supposed to block your time and you're supposed to do it. So whenever you plan something, you have to do it. That's how you make a time block work. So right now, unless there's a fire that I have to escape for my life, this is the most important thing for me to do seminar. I'm not gonna pick any phone calls. I'm not gonna see any messages. I'm not gonna go on Facebook. This is the most important thing. So when I see a webinar 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I'm gonna focus on this. This is the single most important things to me, right? If this time involved with other people, share with other people, let them know how important the time block is, right? Imagine that you're going out with your friends are always on the phone playing games, and then what's the point, right? You guys are supposed to come out and have fun together, but the other person is playing iPhone all the time, unless you guys agree to play the game together. Right? If the time involved with other people, let's say you're doing school projects, right? And then you say, okay, this is 2 hours. We're gonna do 2 hours of projects, and then we're only gonna have that 2 hours. You gotta treat that 2 hours the most important thing, and then you want to make sure whoever is in that time block also know that it's also very important. Because if the other person don't think it's important, the other person doesn't think it's important, then it's gonna distract you because he or she is involved in this. Okay. Another thing, how do you know your time block has been successful? Um, if within a month you can schedule 30 time blocks, block times in 1 month. Of course, the more you do, the more effective it's gonna be. I personally have almost 60 to 80 time blocks, block times a month, and I follow them. And so right now, if you ask me what I'm gonna do later, I really don't know. I have to look at my calendar. But if I look at my calendar, I'll know exactly what I'll be doing in that minutes at a time. Am I gonna relax or gonna do some sort of work? Am I meeting people or not meeting people? All this is very important. Once you manage your time, people are gonna follow your time. And then what does that mean? It means your focus is gonna be so your focus is gonna be so good that other people will follow you because they know how serious you look at your time block. Okay, the time block has to be that important that even other people working with you at the same time understands that. Okay. Okay. Why I talk about a lot of important thing about time block, but why is it that essential? Is this an example that you can use? Okay, so the benefit of having time block, like I say, less distractions, because you decide not to distract. You already planned out everything. So when you have less distractions, you can practice your focus. You can focus on one single thing and not afraid of anything else to happen around you, and that's gonna help you to focus. And having that such a focus, you can be more productive. And once you be more productive, you finish your one thing you thought you needed an hour, but you can actually finish them in 20 minutes. And now you have another 40 minutes to spend. You can go relax and do whatever you want. Don't even have to think about work. So you already finished it. So when you are more productive, you have more time. While you're doing time block, you can also learn control your own time. When you start controlling your own time, you know exactly when do you want to do things. I like to work out in the morning. You might want to like do exercise in the afternoon, but once your body adapted, then you will do so well during that time. So feel your body. Think about if that time it works for you, right? Some people just don't want like to exercise in the morning. I personally think exercising in the morning is the best time to initiate the day and then feel your body and get energy inside your body. So that I always do exercising in the morning, but I'm not gonna do anything else because I know that's the best for your body, right? And then we'll start doing some of the work in the morning, especially the creative work, because I know in the morning I'm more creative and making new things. In the afternoon, I probably will be too lazy, so I'll talk to other people. So once you know how to control your time, you can be more, very, very efficient and productive. Once you have productivity and focus, then of course you're gonna increase the quality of your work. So your performance will be better. So not only that you will perform better, you'll also have more time to do what you want. And think about how powerful that's gonna be. Everyone only have 24 hours, but they might only be able to finish 2 or 3 things a day. But with time block, you might be able to finish 5 or 6 things a day. That's double of other people's job. And of course, everyone has their personal reasons, have any other benefits. I'm sure you'll find yours. So some of the examples of as a student you can do homework time. I even schedule my dinner time. So I'm gonna have a dinner on 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. I'm not gonna do anything or watch TV. I'm just gonna sit there and talk to them, right? Listen to them if that's what you want to do. But let's say you don't want to eat dinner that long, right? You want to play a video game. Set your dinner time for 30 minutes. Just sit there, focus, pay attention to what your parents talking about, what your sister or brother are sharing with you. And that time they will appreciate it. And then you can go play video game without people telling you, hey, you were playing video game all day, right? Because you listen to them for half hours. So design your own time. Have a project time. You meet with your friends and do it together. People are calling you. You can finish your project immediately. If you don't pick up any phone call, don't check on your Facebook, just focus on the projects. And I believe you will do so much more better if you focus on the project and not get distracted. Even your free time, talk to your mom about it. Say like 2 to 4 o'clock, I want to have free time. I just want to do whatever I want. But after 4 o'clock, I'm going to start doing my homework. That sounds very responsible, and I'm pretty sure your parents will want that. So time block has so many benefits, but you're gonna start practicing with it. Excuse me. You gotta start practice all the times. You have to schedule all your every single events in your time, and then you will start feeling that you have been so productive. You're so much more productive than other people. That means you can do so much more work than other people can do. All benefit from the time block. Okay, so at this point you understand the importance and the benefit of using time block. How about go ahead and set your first time block of the day? So let me show you guys how I set my time blocks. Okay, so we have many things we have to do this, right? So here's about my time block from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I have webinars, but at 11 a.m. I'll have a brunch. I didn't even know I had a brunch. I didn't know I'm going to have a brunch, but now I do. So not until 11 a.m. I'm doing the webinar only. I'm not gonna think about I'm gonna eat brunch because I know I'm gonna eat brunch. So then you can get rid of that. So you can focus on the webinar, me. Okay. So at 11 a.m. I'm gonna have a brunch. I'm not gonna think about anything, and I'll have my brunch until 12 o'clock, and I'll come back to my office and think about my appointments. So I'm meeting parents and students today. I'll see if they will. I can help them to solve some of the problem in the school. So there's appointments, and then from 12 to 1 p.m. They'll be here, and we'll have appointments approximately 2 hours, and then we'll talk, and then they'll be leaving, and then I'll work on my grad school master degree, reading and project preparations at 3 o'clock. After 2 hours, at 5 o'clock, I'll be done. So I'll go home, have a dinner, and relax, and have a good night. So this is my plan of the schedule. It's not that complicated, but how many time blocks I have created? 10, that's 1, 11, that's 2, 12 p.m. that's 3, 1 p.m. is 4, 3 p.m. is 5, and then after that it's all my relax time. So it counts 6. So I already created six time blocks. And then I can do so many things in one day. And then at the end of it, after 5 p.m., I can do whatever I want because I have done enough work for the day. So this is how I create my time block. You guys should think about what kind of time block you want to create. One of my suggestions I used to do is I write out everything I need to do, and then just write down approximately how much time I need for that, and I'll start assemble it as like a puzzle, right? You put this in the morning because you think you can do this in the morning, and then one afternoon, and then another one after that, and then another one after that. And when you're done, don't forget to insert some of a time block for relaxing time. For example, brunch. I think after the webinar, I want to have a relaxing time. That's brunch. I want to have a good brunch in the morning, so I won't get too hungry in the afternoon, so I can work more. So don't forget to insert some relaxing time into your schedule. Right? Relaxing is very, very important. But however, once you start managing it, you will feel like, oh, this is good. I don't hate that. I don't hate work anymore. Because when you're working, you only have an hour or 2 hours, and then you're gonna do something else exciting. So that's about it. That's how you can use time block to improve your life. If anything else, feel free to ask me. And if you want to design your time block, we can talk about it. Let me know. Or talk to your counselor on Slack. And have a good weekend Sunday.